Good morning and welcome to Thursday the Experts。大家早上好，欢迎来到星期四专谈。我们今天有道维娜 ，We have Dawina with us today. So let us welcome her，让我们欢迎她。Hi Dawina， 大维娜你好。
Hi Elvin， 你好 everyone。
So as usual， 跟每次一样，我要问你一个问题。I'm gonna ask you one important question. What are we gonna talk about today？ 我们今天要谈什么呢？
Correct. Today we will be talking about anger management. So anger is actually a natural feeling and emotion. I mean, all of us get angry from time to time when things don't go our way or something unfair happens to us, right? So it's definitely okay to be angry. However, aggression, on the other hand, is a different story. What do you know of aggression, Elvin?
我们今天要谈的课题就是关于我们这个生气的这个情绪，要谈怎样去控制这个生气的这个情绪啦。我们这个生气的情绪是一个很自然的这个情绪，所以很理所当然的，我们每个人都会感受到这个生气的情绪。生气不是错的 ，It's not wrong to be angry。可是如果我们有一些比较挑衅啦，或动粗，因为生气的这个情绪就是不对了。所以大维娜问我，就是我关于这些行为懂了多少 ，right? So how much do I know about aggression, or what do I know about aggression? I think aggression comes in probably from what I know is two forms. 我们这个这个生气带来的这个后遗症，就是有两个不同的方法，就是我们这个可能是说话啦，或我们这个手的这个举动啦。It comes in two forms, which is verbal.And also more physical. So aggression comes in these two different forms. So one way probably like just no scolding vulgarities. 一个就是可能是骂粗话。动粗呢 ？What about physical? It could be like beating somebody up， 就像打人家这样，也是一个例子啦。It's also an example as well.
Yeah, you're right, Elvin. It's true. So it's like screaming, shouting, or beating. All these are aggression. So these people who tend to engage in such behavior do not know how to constructively express their anger or their frustration. So they turn to aggression to express their feelings. So they injure people or they make people feel unsafe around them. So people with poor management, anger management, are more likely to have problems with the relationships they have with people at work or even at home. They will scold, beat people, and they even damage your property. They throw things, plates, all these break and all that. So in the long run, people with difficulties in handling their anger are more likely to have mental health issues such as depression. They have low self-esteem, and maybe they were over-dependent. They'll grow an dependence on alcohol and drugs as well.
所以大维娜说的就是我们可能有这些行为的当时，就是一个现象，我们就是不能控制我们这个生气的这个情绪，不能控制这个情绪，我们是用不同的方面来表达，就是像骂人啦、打人啦、弄坏人家的东西、丢东西啦，这都是一个表达生气情绪的一个不对的这个行为，这样。所以长期以来，如果你不能控制你这个生气的情绪的话，你会带来很多问题，人与人之间的关系不会很好，可能跟家人啊，在工作跟同事的这些关系都不会很好啦。这样如果长期以来也会带来一些问题，就像说可能用喝酒来控制，或喝酒来去怎么讲，去 numb yourself to use alcohol to kind of numb the anger and to get over those problems caused by anger。就是喝酒来解决一些我因为生气带来的问题，这样。So it's very interesting to know and why anger is there in the first place。很有趣，去想想我们为什么会感到生气呢？So Dawina, can you share with us what actually anger is？ 大维娜，你可以跟我们分享一下我们这个生气的这个情绪是什么吗？
Yes, so basically anger is an emotion. Okay, so sometimes when you want to do something, but then circumstances, stop you from getting where you want to do, or maybe people around you treat you unfairly. So when these kind of things happen, you feel angry. You just remember the feeling. Physically, right, your heart starts beating very fast. Maybe sometimes you just feel like you're so angry, you clench your fists like this, or you're so angry, you take a book, you throw on the floor. Sometimes the expression, you flip table, when you're angry, you do this kind of things. Verbally, you start shouting, or you raise your voice. Sometimes, we also swear. We use all these swear words.
Correct.
Okay, so all these are things we respond, how we respond to when we are angry. And just for a fun fact, Alvin, do you know when you are angry, right? Your body releases all these stress hormones, and it is called cortisol. And when you get angry all the time, very frequently, right, your body gets inflamed. And then when it's inflamed, you can actually, have a higher risk of falling ill in the future. It means physically you can get sick in the future if you get angry all the time.
So 大卫娜说的就是我们懂了，生气是我们生活里的一个情绪。你们想想一下，可能生气的时候你们会做什么？就是可能会像爆炸一样啦。When we get angry, we wanna like explode and burst. All this emotion just want to come out from us. You know what I mean? 我们这些情绪从里面要出来，可能是如果控制的好，我们就可以平静下来。If we can control it, well, we're like, okay, calm down, But if you cannot, 如果不可以的话，就是什么？就是丢东西 ，we throw something, we scold people, 我们骂别人。可是你们知道吗？我们生气如果长期以来不能去控制的话 ，if we don't unable to control our anger in the long term, like what Darwina mentioned， 像道维娜说的一样，我们身体会有一个怎么讲，一个压力的荷尔蒙，就是叫 cortisol， 就会在我们就是你压力的时候就会有这个 cortisol 啦。长久以来越来越多的话，我们的身体会有发炎的这个现象，长久以来就会可能会生病。哇。Actually, Darwina, I didn't know actually having this cortisol build up in our body as we get angry very frequently and unable to control our emotions actually will cause some like ill effects to our physical health. Darwina, 我不懂有这个现象，就是我们生气了会有这个 cortisol 在我们身体里，长期以来会生病。可是为什么我们会感到生气呢？ Why do we actually feel angry? In life, I think in nature, right, everything has a reason. 在我们大自然里，每一个东西的每一个现象都会有一个原因。So can you give us the reason why we feel angry? 你可以给我们那个原因吗？为什么我们生气？或可能生气有什么用处？ What is the usefulness of anger?
Yeah, correct. So anger is not only all I mentioned is everything like bad about anger,
Yeah,
but
correct.
sometimes anger is also useful, right, to us, because it seems that anger is a very important emotion to have. I have 3 things to actually share with you, interesting fun facts on why anger is useful for us.
大维娜刚才说了，就是我们刚才已说了，就是坏的东西，所以现在要跟我们分享3个这个生气情绪的这个用处，跟我们分享一下，好吗？我们去看一下 ，Let's go and take a look, shall we?
Okay, number 1, having anger promotes our survival. Okay, so this is really cool, Alvin, because right, our ancestors was always in danger last time. They were just in danger of getting eaten by predators, lions, and all that. So they needed anger as a fighting response. So the first reaction when they see an animal that is going to attack them, right, is they will feel alert, they are focused, and they know that, hey, I have to protect myself. So they will either run away or they will fight and try and kill this animal. So in this kind of cases, right, sometimes anger can protect us from things that we find is wrong or something that is unfair. So our anger is automatically activated, and then it pushes us to quickly fight for our right, or fight for in terms of verbally, like just saying that, hey, this is not right. Yes.
第一个戴维娜说的这个我们这个用处，生气的用处就是帮助我们提高我们的生存能力。可能以前很久以前我们这个祖先的时候，对吗？他们要生存的时候，就是要跟那些不同的老虎啦或熊啦，要跟他们打架。因为看到这些危险的时候，他们要有这个生气的情绪，帮助他们来去保护自己，保护自己这样，所以他们这个生气的情绪帮助他们保护自己。But I think also another thing, know how humans have evolved over a period of time. 我们人类长久以来已经改变了一点点，所以我们这个保护的这个原因会改变。So this protection or survival mode kind of changes in a sense. We are now more geared towards protecting ourselves from like probably injustice. You know what I mean? And also things that people do to us, we want to protect. And that's how anger comes out currently in this current context, lah, basically. 就是现在跟以前不一样，以前是有要跟那些熊啦、老虎打架，可是现在我们的观点改变了。我们现在比较就是我们生气的原因就是要保护自己，保护有可能觉得哎呀被冤枉啦或什么都会感到生气这样。所以我们第一个用处就是我们的生存能力。The first kind of reason or usefulness of anger is that it promotes survival in us. Let's go and hear the second reason or usefulness. 我们去看看或听听一下我们第二个原因或用处。
Okay, number 2, it is driving us towards our goals. So basically, anger pushes us to pursue or try to achieve our goals or any form of rewards. Because when we don't get what we want, sometimes we experience anger, sometimes we are disappointed. All these emotions are triggered. So for some people, right, from this experience, they push themselves further and they tell themselves, okay, I want to achieve better next time. I want to achieve more next time. So this form of emotions, anger and disappointment, encourages and drive us towards our goal.
我们第二个原因或第二个用处就是生气的这个情绪会激励我们去达到我们的目标。可能一个很好的例子就是人家去挑衅你这样，你做不到啦，你做不到，我们就会有一点生气，对吗？我们会去给他们看到我们做得到，就是生气在这个方面就能激励我们，好吗？ So I think one example I shared was like probably provoking. You know, when you probably have a goal and then somebody comes by and say, hey, you cannot do it lah. You know, they provoke you and try to rile you up. And when you get angry and you want to kind of show them that you can do it, it's a form of anger in play. You know what I mean? Anger making you to want to prove them wrong, them saying that you cannot do it. So I think this is a very good reason and a very good use of anger as well. 所以我感觉这个第二个是我们关于生气这个情绪很好的用处，让我们去听听第三个。Let's go and hear the third one.
Okay, so for the third point, it is increasing cooperation. So basically, if you get angry at people, but you manage it well, and after discussing with this person, misunderstanding gets corrected, this will lead to increased cooperation. So anger tells other people around you that it's important to listen to us and that we are annoyed because, our needs are not met. And I think this is time for you to kind of pay attention to what I'm saying. So maybe when I'm angry, I raise my voice a bit, right? So people understand, hey, I think Darwina is a bit angry. Let's listen to her now. Okay, so anger makes you stand up for yourself, and it also constructively challenge the other party as well. Okay, so as such, anger encourages cooperation between you and the people around you as well.
我们第三个原因或用处，生气的用处就是它会帮助我们更好跟别人的活动。因为在一个组织里，我们每个人的这个意见都是很重要的。可能我们的这个组长只是听一个人的意见，没有听到别人的意见。我生气了，他就会觉得，为什么我们应该听听别人的意见呢？这样一来会生气是一个现象，给他们看看我们这个合作的关系没有那么好，要怎样去改变，这样让我们去找出方案，一起来合作，一起更好的在一起工作，这样。所以生气会帮助我们更好的跟别人合作。So I think what you mentioned is actually very true. it's actually anger is really a highlighting point to others that, hey, there's something wrong in this team or something wrong with this cooperation or teamwork that we need to kind of address together. It's like a ding, like a bell that rings, and then people will realize that something is wrong. You know what I mean? When you get angry, only then will people realize, hey, you need to do something about it lah. So 我们生气的时候，别人才会察觉到，我们有东西做错了吗？为什么他生气？要去一起来调解一下这样啦，好吗？所以这就是我们3个不同的这个生气的这个用处。These are the 3 different uses of anger. I'm actually very intrigued to actually find out that actually there are good sides to anger as well. 听了这个生气的这个情绪也是有好的这个方面，我觉得很有趣嘞。可是我们怎样去认识，怎么样去看出一个人在生气呢？ How do we actually kind of recognize the feeling of anger, that we know that this is anger, the feeling that we're feeling is anger as well? So Darwina, can you share more with us on this component? 你可以跟我们分享多一点吗？关于这个方面。
So to be honest with you, when everyone goes through the same experience when you go through the anger, but it is something that we are not usually conscious about. We don't think about it. So there is a cycle that it's happening. So I find that it is very important that we recognize our signs and symptoms of anger, so that we can take action before it exacerbates or escalates to yelling or fighting. So there are 5 stages, and they are called triggering event, negative thoughts, emotional response, physical symptoms, and lastly, behavioral response.
所以大维娜说的就是我们要比较好怎样去认识这个生气的这个情绪，我们要了解自己还有周围的朋友们，因为我们不要等到要打架了才知道这个人生气，好吗？所以我们要更了解自己，要看自己有什么不同的方面，怎样开始生气，或别人怎样开始生气，不要等到要打架的时候才来去调节啦。Don't wait till when you're gonna fight or yell, then you want to kind of solve the problem. Solve it at the root, at the start, right? 所以大维娜说的就是有5个不同的这个循环，这样好吗？第一个就是可能什么东西开始让我们生气，我们的这个 trigger point 或 triggering events， 什么让我们开始生气？第二个就是我们不好的这个想法，第3个就是我们心里我们这个怎么讲？我们的感觉的反应 emotional response 啦，我们感受怎样去反应，这样好吗？第3个是我们动作的这个症状，这样可能要打架了，或我们的手指放这样，对吗？还有第4个是我们这个反应，我们行为的反应，这样有5个不同的这个阶段，我们会谈一下。Let's go and take a look, shall we? We can explain one by one, so our friends will know more about them. So let's hear from Darwina. 我们听听Darwina。
So the first stage is called the triggering event. Okay, so this is the situation that triggers your anger. It could be you are queuing up for chicken rice and someone cut your queue. You are driving, someone cut your lane. You have a bad day at work, or someone made you very angry. You feel very disrespected. So these are all your triggering events.
我们第一个这个循环的第一个阶段就是可能开始要生气的启发点，就是可能一些例子，可能你排队的时候人家插队啦，驾车的时候人家没有 signal 好就插进去你的这个 lane 这样，还有可能在做工的时候不是说很好，可能被老板骂这样，也是一个原因这样。所以我们第一个循环就是我们生气可能的启发点这样。
Number 2, this is stage 2, okay? Negative thoughts. So this is when all the negative thoughts start coming into your head. Then you start saying things like, this idiot cut my queue, don't care about anyone, only care about themselves. So this is the first thing that comes into your mind. This is stage 2.
我们第二个阶段就是第一个是启发点，第二个就是我们的情绪，可能不是情绪是想法，就可能是人家插队了，你就想为什么他插队？为什么没有排队？浪费我的时间这样。 就第二个阶段就是我们不好的想法。
The third stage, after you think about it, then your emotions start, changing. Then all your negative emotions start appearing. Then suddenly you still start feeling angry. You can feel all your frustration, all will start emerging at this moment, at the third stage.
我们第三个阶段就是第一个启发点，第二个不好的想法，第三个不好的情绪。就可能你想，为什么他插队让我时间，你感到有点要去骂他了，就是第三个阶段。This is the third stage already. Yes.
So after you already feel all this angry and everything, right? Stage 4, the physical symptoms. Basically, your body already start responding to the anger. Your heart start beating faster. Your fist, you clench up because you're so angry. And then maybe you even shaking because you are so angry. So this is stage 4.
我们第四个阶段，第一个是启发点，第二个是我们不好的想法，第三个不好的情绪，第四个就是我们的可能行为，不是行为举止啦，可能咬牙齿啦，或手 clench 这样啦，都是因为一个象征我们开始感到生气的一个方式。It's actually a symbol or symptoms, like you mentioned, of us starting to feel angry.
Yeah, so as you go along, you're already starting to build up. So now we are at stage 5, which is your behavioral response. So this is your reaction to something that you have already think about. At stage 2, you start feeling it. At stage 3, then at stage 4, you become physical, right? Also, this is the behavioral response where you already start shouting, yelling, or swearing, throw things. This is stage 5. It exacerbates already.
第五个就是最后一个阶段了，已经 volcano erupt 了 ，the volcano has erupted already 所以我们的这些骂人啦、打人啦、丢东西，就是在我们第五个阶段发生的，好吗？所以你们可以看看，我们有这个要感觉生气的这个循环有5个不同的阶段。Actually, there's five kind of like elevation of feelings or different cycle or when we feel angry. Triggering events, negative thoughts, negative emotions, physical symptoms, and then the actual behavior whereby we show anger in itself. 就是我们生气有我们说有5个阶段啦。第一个启发点，第二个是可能感觉或想法比较不好，第三个不好的情绪，第四个我们身体感觉到生气了，第5个是开始行动了，开始骂人，开始有一点这些骂人要打人的这些情绪啦，好吗？所以现在我们讲过了，我们怎样去看看自己生气的这个方式，怎样去发现自己感到生气，对吗？所以我们今天就讲到这边 we'll like end here today, but 可是我们下个星期2 weeks later 2个星期后，我们会讲解怎样去控制我们的情绪 how we can identify and how we can manage our anger before it reaches stage 5控制和调节自己的情绪，不要给它动到第5个阶段这样了，好吗？所以我们现在去看看一个总结的 slide. We'll go and see a summary slide for now. What we have learned, the usefulness of anger, and also the 5 different stages of anger. 我们这个生气的用处，还有我们可能生气5个不同的阶段的循环，好吗？我们去看看一下。Let's go and take a look. session. Welcome back. 欢迎回来. Today is the first part of our anger management kind of talk. 今天是我们第一个关于怎样去调节、怎样去控制我们生气情绪的这个讲座的第一个部分了，好吗？我们2个星期后会有第二个部分。2 weeks later, we'll have our second part. Okay, so let's thank Darwina for now. 让我们感谢道维娜，好吗？谢谢道维娜 ，Thank you, Darwina.
Thank you, Alvin, for having me.
For all our friends, we are already in December. 我们已经来到我们这个12月了。我希望你们喜欢我们这年来的活动。I hope all of you like the talks and also all the exercises that we have done over the past 12 months. If you guys got any feedback or topics that you want to hear, please send them to us on Telegram. 如果你们关于我们这个活动或这个讲座或运动有什么要有什么意见的话，要听听什么不同的课题，你们可以在 Telegram 应用程序里跟我们联系，跟我们说一下，好吗？我们今天就讲到这边 ，We'll end here today. That's all. Thank you everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. 我们明天见，谢谢你们，再见了。Thank you everyone. Bye bye.